everyone, my name is Vegiro and this is Cozy Veggie, and on this channel we cover a variety of things such as Let's Plays, JRPGs, and all things cozy gaming. Today I wanted to do a little sit down video, a little chat as we do and partake in the Cozy Gamer tag. I've been doing a lot of Let's Plays on this channel. I'm currently in the middle of my Trails in the Sky Let's Play. You should definitely check that out. I'll link them down below as well as maybe put a little card here. But I think it'd be really cool for me to just sit down and introduce myself properly to the channel and for you guys to get to know me as a person and as a gamer. And I found this tag and I thought this would be the perfect tag to, just do. This was a tag that was created by Fix Nintendo as well as Cozy K. They came up with these questions. I will link their videos down below as well. And I thought it was a fun, cute tag. I feel like tags used to be such a fun thing, like back on like YouTube in like 2000, early 2010s. Like, you remember that era where there was tags for everything, the best friend tag, whatever, like any kind of tag, there was always a tag for something. So I thought this would be fun to just sit down and chat with you guys. So let's get on to the Cozy Gamer tag. So the first question is, what is your gamer tag? Now, my gamer tag, I don't really I guess my ID accounts with all of my like Nintendo Switch or eShop or PSN code is kind of the same, and it's Fajoey 101. Now the thing is, Fajoey comes from my nickname Fajo that I had like elementary school all the way up to like high school. Now looking back at it, it's such a weird ass nickname. I got it from like a friend. I forgot even who even gave me the nickname, but I got it from a friend and it just stuck. I think it honestly is because a lot of people had struggle saying Vegiro, my actual name. So they thought, well, we'll give you a Fajo because that's easier for us to say, I guess. Even though a nickname that I have from my family is Veggie, hence my nickname, my YouTube channel name, Cozy Veggie. So I find it really funny how that was my nickname, and it kind of stuck, but I'm going to change that from this time forward to just being Cozy Veggie. But for the long story short, my nickname or my gamer tag is Fajoey 101. That will change to Cozy Veggie. So all my socials, which you should definitely follow, is at Cozy Veggie. Next question: how long have you been gaming? I feel like there's kind of two answers to this question. I've always had video games in my life, but in terms of really getting into gaming and making it an actual hobby that I partake in a lot and put a lot of time in, I would definitely say from 2020 until now. Like many people during the panorama, I was stuck in quarantine like most of us, and I had really nothing really to do. All I did was during my last semester of college, and I was working, and all the time that I had, which was a lot, I would just read or watch YouTube videos. And so I saw everyone else playing Animal Crossing, and I wanted to participate because the FOMO was really bad. So I decided to pick up a Switch Lite, and the rest is history. So I've been gaming technically as a serious hobby since 2020, but games have always been in my life since I was 4 or 5. Okay, next question. How did your gaming journey start? Kind of similar to the last question, my gaming journey really didn't start until 2020, and I realized that there's a lot of cool games out there that I've kind of missed out, not only that I missed out on, but they're coming out currently. Like I mentioned before, video games have always been in my life. I remember going to my cousin's house and playing on the 64. I also remember playing on our Wii at home and with our GameCube and PS1 and PS2 that we had in our house. And I had a DS Lite of my own, and I remember playing Nintendogs and Super Mario Bros, which was literally the only 2 games that I had on that DS. But I had fun nonetheless. But yeah, my gaming journey properly started in 2020, and ever since I've collected way too many video games, way too many consoles and handhelds, and it's still ever growing, and I'm here for the long ride for this journey because there's so many stories that I get to experience on a daily basis, whether there be new games that are coming out this coming year or coming years, or past games that I overlooked or never even had the opportunity to play when I was younger. So yeah, I feel like video games is definitely an experience and journey that you can't experience any other way in other mediums. Well, yeah, that's kind of like my gaming journey. So yeah. Next question. What is the first game you remember playing? So the first game that I remember playing, I did mention this a little bit earlier, is my cousin had the Nintendo 64, and they had I think it was Super Mario 64 as well as I think Super Mario Kart 64. And I remember playing those two games specifically and being like completely enamored and amazed by like the graphics and the technology, which is so funny because at the time we thought that was like peak technology. We can't get any better than this. Obviously times have completely changed. Like video games have evolved so much, it's crazy. But either way, I digress. Yeah, that was my very first experience, and I just remember being so excited to go over to their house to play on their console or their 64 because it was so fun because we didn't have gaming consoles in our house at the time. At the time we couldn't really afford it. So I just remember just like, oh my god, I want to play this game. And I think they had a yellow controller. It's like, oh, I had to play them on the yellow controller. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. And my little self was just like, oh my god, this is so cool. So yeah, that was my very first experience with gaming. Next question is, what is your favorite console to play on and why? I think there's no questions to like know, like, I know the answer to this, and it has to be my Nintendo Switch, or Switches. I have two. I don't know why I have two. I know why I have two. I impulse buy. But anyways, the Switch is my favorite console to play on just because I love the portability factor of it. And I feel like for me, I get through a lot more games on my Switch than I do on any other medium or console. When I like go to work or whatever, I'd always have on my like breaks, or especially my lunch breaks, I'd always like go to my car, have my lunch, and then play on like a very quick session, probably like 30 minutes on my Switch. I can't do that with like my PS5 or like a PC game. I mean, you could bring your laptop, but that's a whole kind of like, not mess, but like it's a whole nother situation. But yeah, I love having my Switch. And last year, majority of like, not majority, if not, yeah, with the exception of one, I literally played nothing but Switch games. I just love the Switch. It's just such a great idea and concept, and yeah, the graphics aren't really there, but the games that you have on the console and the experiences and stories told by those games on the console are just pretty top notch. So yeah, the Switch definitely has to be my favorite console to play on. Next question is, what would you call your gaming style? I don't know, it's very chill, laid back, nothing too like very solo. I'm very much a single player. I don't know, for me, I do love co-op, couch co-op, playing with friends and stuff. My friends, I mean my brother. But I do love my solo single player experience. For me, to just have my my lights on in my room, have a nice drink with me, have a snack, and just really play that game all in myself. I just love to be immersed and just be in that moment. It's just like, it's kind of like a special little moment between me and the game. It's just like a cute little time for me in the game, a special moment. And so I definitely do think that's kind of like my play style. Very chill, kind of like cut off from the rest of the world. I don't want any interruptions. Preferably, I would love to play like when I had the house to myself, because I still live with my parents. So I would love to just play when no one's in the home and just focus in on that game and just really get in it and immerse myself. The next question is, do you prefer long sessions or short and sweet? I guess it depends, but for the most part, I do love long sessions, because especially with me with JRPGs, which is my favorite genre to play, those tend to be pretty long and immersive games, and putting in a lot of hours into it, just exploring the world, getting to know my characters, or like, I don't know, just exploring the world and the world building and the lore of games. I love to just put in a good like 5, maybe 8, maybe 10. When I have the time, I will put in a lot of hours. I'll do. Although I do really like short sessions as well. Sometimes, especially with the Switch, you can just come in, pop on the like, sit on the couch, go on Animal Crossing for like a quick little 30 minutes, run around, do a little build, or talk to your like villagers. But I think with the Animal Crossing, that can go in from either like 30 minutes or like literally 5 hours of just terraforming. But either way, for the most part, long sessions is my cup of tea. Next question we have is, what game haven't you tried yet but want to? That's a good question. Anything in my backlog. And my backlog is very, very long. But particularly a game that I haven't tried yet but want to, and this kind of just popped in my head, is Xenogears. I'm very much a big fan of Xenoblade and the Xenoblade franchise. I feel like Monolith Soft has a great franchise they're going with that series, and every game in that series I love. Like, chef's kiss, and I know that Xenogears is kind of like their baby, the one that really started off everything. We wouldn't have Xenoblade Chronicles without Xenogears, and a lot of JRPG fans claim that is one of the best JRPGs ever, and the story is top notch, and it's a PS1 title. I know my brother has a PS2 that he like modded, so I probably could play it on there, but it's definitely a game that I like really want to play at some point. As for me, I'm gonna love a good story, and I've heard that the one has a really good story, so that's a game I haven't tried but definitely want to. Next question we have is, which unreleased game are you most excited for? There are a lot of games that are either coming out for sure this year or allegedly, we don't know. But for sure, I definitely want to play Final Fantasy 16. That's definitely one of my favorite games I really want to play, even though it's technically not a cozy game at all. I guess that would be like my JRPG, and then a JRPG game that I really want to play. I just think it looks really fun and really, really beautiful, and I've never actually played a Final Fantasy game. I have literally 7 through 10 on my Switch that I have yet to play. Shocker. It's just really hard to find time to play games, especially JRPGs, and they're really, really long, so it's hard to find time to play them. But that's definitely a game that I'm really looking forward to this summer when it comes out in June. As for a cozy game that I'm really excited for is the what's the name? It's the same game creator from Stardew Valley. Is it The Haunted Chocolatier? That looks so beautiful. I'm really, really excited about that. As well as also kind of similar to that realm is Chef RPG. I've been following their channel and their creation of the game. They're on YouTube. You should definitely check their channel. They are an architect, I believe, and they decided to dive into game development, and they've been working on this game for I think over 2 to 3 years, and it's just really nice to see the growth and the in-depth process and why he creates the game and why he chose this and that. And I'm really, really excited to see where this game goes, because it's supposed to come out this year, and I feel like it's such a very cozy, chill, fun game that I'm excited to try out. So yeah, those are some of the games. I know it said 1, but I said 3, but there are a lot of games, but those are specifically really excited for that are coming out that I definitely want to play at some point. Next question we have is, what game do you love that no one would expect? Here, I'm thinking I'm gonna expose myself a little bit, but I kind of really like Otome games. Only many people would know that. I feel like Otome games also kind of fit in the cozy vibe. It's a visual novel at the base level of it all, and I feel like Otome games are really, really chill. You're just here to just be romanced and swooned by these fine men or women, depending. Well, no, I think Otome games are men. You just follow a group of men, choose which one is your favorite, and live your fantasy with them. But I find them really calming and relaxing and very chill, and I don't think anyone really expected that from me, because they do heavily emphasize RPGs. So yeah, Otome games are definitely a comfort and kind of a guilty pleasure for sure. Next question is, favorite game to rage quit on? I don't actually have a game to rage quit on, just because I know myself, and I don't think rage quitting is very that therapeutic. I just feel frustrated and angry, and then I don't want to touch the game, and then I feel like I wasted money on it. I get it, there are some people who do love to rage quit. I mean, I don't know if people enjoy rage quitting, but there are games that do that for people. I just don't want to put myself through that stress, because I go to games to not have stress. So why would I want to buy a game that makes me rage quit? So yeah, can't really answer that question. I don't really have a game that I rage quit on. Favorite game to replay? And then I know this question answer, and it's definitely Animal Crossing New Horizons.
I know a lot of people who are in the Animal Crossing community are kind of going through like this burnout or kind of this renaissance because now people playing hard mode on it. But like, to be honest, I always go back to that game all the time. I have started build islands and never finished them. Like never. I think I've only finished a total of like maybe like 3 or 4 islands in the time that this game has been out. But that's just a game that I always go back to. I always love terraforming and creating a new island, making or villager hunting, even though that can be very exhausting. But I just love the coziness and chill vibes about it. Sometimes you can, like I mentioned earlier, you can just play 30 minutes, run around your island, do your little daily tasks, go to the roost, talk to Brewster and get your coffee, hang out with Isabel or your favorite villager. Mine is Sherb. Tell me below what's your favorite villager. And then just like, you know, exit the game. Or you could literally spend your whole day just terraforming and knocking down those cliffs and trying to make the best build you can possibly ever dream of. But yeah, that's definitely a game that I definitely have replayed so many. I've put in a healthy, like an insane amount of hours into that game. Like, I'm gonna expose myself because this is like, you're getting to know me, so I might as well. Who else to expose me than myself? And I think I put over 15 hours into this game. 15 hours. Like, honey, do you not have a life? Do you not have friends? And the answer is yes. I mean, no, I do have friends, but I just choose to just stay at home and play video games. Is that a problem? I don't know. But I am happy, and I think that's all that matters. But yeah, anyways, Animal Crossing New Horizons is definitely a game that I definitely play quite often and definitely replay. Do you snack or drink while gaming? Hell yes. I feel like especially someone who plays long sessions in games, it can get a little tiring and exhausting. And you know, I need to quench my thirst. I can get a little peckish when you want a little snack. I think go-tos are definitely chips, for sure. Have some fruit. I need to like definitely eat more fruit because I feel like, you know what, I need to fight the stereotype of us video like gamers because all we think they do is just drink soda and eat chips and are all unhealthy. And me saying that I eat chips and all that is not helping the stereotype, but I need to fix that. Maybe some days I'll just like get a bowl of grapes or cucumbers with hummus or something with some wine. Next question, solo or co-op? I think I mentioned this earlier on in the video, but I definitely love a good solo game. Co-op is definitely fun, especially with like Mario Kart. But for sure for me, I love solo. I just love that having that experience with just me and the game, and we're just vibing. You know, but solo for me, I think that's just more of a more personable experience. And I don't really have that many friends, to be honest, that are really into video games and like IRL, that play video games like I do. So yeah, I definitely prefer solo for sure. Favorite genre to play? Do I even need to answer? But I will anyways. But it's definitely for sure JRPGs. Cozy games. It's even better when they're cozy JRPGs. Like, we eat that up. We love that here. But yeah, JRPGs are like my comfort. I love JRPGs because for me, JRPGs are notorious for really good storytelling. And when I play video games, I focus and prioritize a good story, good world building, good characters. And I feel like JRPGs are like, they know what they're doing when it comes to those 3 things. And like, a majority of the games that I played last year and majority of the games that I will play until the end of time will be JRPGs. They're just a really great game to play. I just really truly love them. A game or genre to play. And there's so many variety of JRPGs. You can have like a fantastical, crazy like Final Fantasy. You can have something very sci-fi like, I don't know, Star Ocean or Phantasy Star Online. We're gonna have just like a cozy RPG because I feel like, what's a cozy JRPG that I can think of right now? Stardew Valley could be kind of like an RPG. It's not JRPG, but you know what I mean. It's a farming sim, life sim, but also has RPG elements. So yes, JRPGs, and if it's cozy, even better. Least favorite genre to play? Easy. FPS, first person shooters. I don't care for them. I never have. I don't think I ever will. I do have like this funny
like this like Animal Crossing meets first person shooter game called Super Animal Royale. I got it for free. I'm pretty sure it's free. I have it on my Switch. I haven't played it yet. Because I feel like that's like a cute one. If I ever dabble in FPS games, that would be the one I'd play, but I just don't care for them, and I would never play on like live or like with like an actual group of people because, honey, have you seen how toxic they can be, especially for women, especially being a black woman? Yeah, no. I'm not gonna do that, so I'd rather stay away from those. I mean, they probably are fun, but it just seems like really stressful for me, and I don't want to put myself through all that. So yeah, those are definitely my least favorite genre to play. Late night gaming or daytime gaming? I definitely enjoy, like, I see the merits for both, but as of right now, daytime, but sometimes a lot of daytime gaming goes into late night gaming. Y'all know, if you know, you know. So yeah. I would say, honestly, but late night in gaming, you kind of have that vibe and everything's all dark, it's quiet, it's peaceful, everyone's already winding down for the day and you're just in it in that game. It really is peak cozy vibe. So I think late night, but I get the benefits and I understand why people would love either or. Next question we have is, what console and game hold a special place in your heart? And that hands down has to be my Nintendo DS Lite. I unfortunately do not have it with me. May they rest in peace. Actually, I had 2 DS Lites. I had a pink one. I left it around in our neighborhood one day when I was playing outside with my friends, and I was careless to leave it outside. And then the next day when I realized, oh crap, where's my DS? Try to find it. I remember exactly where I left it, so I remember I tried to check it. Of course it wasn't gonna be there because DSs at the time were peak popular. So of course, if any person saw that, snatched. So I get it. Like, I totally get it. And then my parents were very kind enough to replace it for a black DS Lite because I wanted to be cool. I wanted to be sophisticated. I wanted to be classy. So I got the black one, and I only had 2 games on it. Like Super Mario Brothers and I believe, yeah, Nintendogs, which I still have to this day. But yeah, I just remember playing so many hours in that game, and my parents can even testify. Whenever I played Nintendogs, I had a dog named Daisy, and then my parents would be like, how's Daisy doing? How's Daisy going? Is she doing great? They'd always kind of like low-key kind of make fun of me because I'd always be talking on the microphone. Daisy, come here, what you doing? But yeah, that was also the first gaming console that I had for me that was my own, because a lot of the gaming consoles that we had in the house, me and my brother shared, but this one was for me, so it's a very personal thing. And it also really introduced me, like, hey, even though they're not super challenging games, there's still games that I can play, and it made me realize that I can play games too on my own. So yeah, that's definitely a gaming console, especially Nintendogs especially, are those that hold a very special place in my heart. Next we have, what does gaming mean to you? Ooh, that's a really good question though. I think gaming for me, it just means, yeah, it's kind of a form of escapism. I get to kind of step away from the exhaustion that you get from the real world after like a long day of work or just a long day from school. You just want to be in your own element and be in your own world and play this game and fully immerse in yourself with these characters and this world and the lore of the world. And I feel like you can't really get that in any other medium. As someone who loves reading, with video games especially, all the actions that you make actually mean something and you're a part of it. Because when you read a book, you're just reading someone else's story. But with video games, you get to be a part in that story. Whether you're even playing a protagonist or like your own avatar, you still get to be immersed into that story. So gaming to me is just like, I don't know, it's a safe place, it's a comfort place, and it allowed me to experience new things, and it also allowed me to engage with new people that I never thought I would be able to otherwise, who also share the same sentiment that it's a comfort, cozy, a safe space. I mean, for some, there are some communities, aka shooter games. I'm looking at you, Call of Duty fans, some of y'all know make it a safe space. But however, nonetheless, I think gaming is definitely just a comfort. It just means comfort, for sure. And the last question of this tag is, if you could tell someone who doesn't game one thing to convince them to start, what would it be? And I think kind of coming back off of the last question, I think it's definitely a place where you can fully immerse yourself. Because like there's so many mediums like reading, TV shows, movies, music. But with video games, you really get to tell a story in a long form way that you can't experience otherwise. And I don't know, I feel like with video games, you really get to bend and twist and really push the limit in terms of what a story is capable of doing. And I guarantee you, there is a game out there for you. Like, you don't have to like, I feel like people who are very casual with gaming, they'll just think of like Mario or whatever, you know? But there's definitely like, a good example is cozy gaming. I feel like within the past couple of years, cozy gaming is in this like renaissance era where people you wouldn't really think, like even myself, because I didn't think I would ever play video games. I mean, video games were always in my life, but I never really like thought I'd like get into it. Like they're not really meant for me, but just know that there is a game out there for you. You just look hard enough, or just there's definitely something out there for you. So I guess that's something I would say. I guess I don't know if that would convince them or not, but I know that there's a story out there for you. So, and there's different genres. Like there's visual novels. If there's someone like visual novels, like I've just recently finished the Nonary games. Psychological horror thriller kind of vibe, super cool, and it doesn't require much gaming besides like the puzzle element. So that's something for people who, I don't know, gaming seems too complicated. Maybe a visual novel might be good for you. Maybe your interactive story might be best for you, or maybe a farming sim or a life sim. Or maybe if you want something challenging, you could recommend games like Final Fantasy or Call of Duty or whatever it may be. At the end of the day, there's always a genre or game that is for you. So yeah. So I thank you guys so much for being with me today and having this little conversation and talk. And not really a conversation, it's more me talking to you about my experience and love for cozy gaming and gaming in general. And I hope this is a better way of getting to know me as a gamer and getting to know me as a person in general. I had fun answering these questions, and again, I will link all the questions as well as the original creators of this tag and their videos and their answering their questions in this tag. And yeah, if you like what you saw and enjoyed what you saw, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I can't wait to see you guys on the next one. Have a good one, guys. Bye.